Hey everyone, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome to another episode of MindBit.
MindBit what?
Okay, so today I am here once again with Brad.
Hello.
Hello, Brad. Hey, Brad. Hey, everybody. So today we're going to be doing our monthly pickups for October. So let's see what we've got. So let's see what you got here, Brad.
Okay, I'm just going to start off with games. If you guys watched last month pickup, I picked up Android Netrunner, the card game. It's a living card game, so unlike Magic the Gathering, they don't release like blocks of cards that you have to like buy boosters of and hope you get all the cards you want. Instead, they release expansions, and this is the big box expansion they originally released. It's about 160 new cards, I believe. Yeah, it's about 166 cards, it says right here. So there's a bunch of corporate cards, a bunch of runner cards. It's pretty cool. It's a good way to kind of bulk up your card collection. And what's nice too is it comes with another faction card for the runners. So you have another runner that you can play as, and has their own deck. It's based off the Shaper decks, I believe, and then it's Haas Bioroid is the corporation. Has some really cool ice in here. Some really cool asset cards and stuff like that. It's definitely worth picking up if you're playing Android Netrunner, just to change up your game a little bit and get some more cards.
Definitely want to play more of this game. It was a bit frustrating at first, just trying to figure out the rules while playing, but I know I threw a temper tantrum.
And you won.
And I won.
So next is a really fun game. We played this at a friend's house a little while ago. It's actually made by Richard Garfield, who's the same guy who originally designed Android Netrunner when it was just called Netrunner in 1996. You might know his name as well. He's the guy who designed the bulk of Magic the Gathering. Super popular guy. He still makes games and stuff. King of Tokyo. It's super fun. You pick a giant monster, so like, Godzilla, King Kong-ish kind of thing. I think they don't have those exact names. But
like a bunny mech over here.
But the whole idea is you roll these giant dice. I'll show you real quick because they're worth seeing. If you've ever played like zombie dice or anything like that, they're lots of fun. So they just released an expansion for this as well, which gives all the monsters special powers as well, which is really cool. But we like cool dice, so these dice are massive. It's really cool.
They're really big.
And you get to do a whole handful of them, which is always lots of fun.
And then you've got all your
yeah, they did a really good job with like the counter cards. So you got like
the space alien.
It keeps track of your victory points on the top and your health on the bottom, which is actually really nice if you've ever played games like this where you need to keep track of stuff that changes pretty quickly.
Cthulhu here.
That's a Kraken.
Kraken Cthulhu.
Oddly enough, you'd think they'd use Cthulhu because
it looks like Cthulhu. Yeah.
They got really cool like character cards for everybody too.
And you just duke it out.
Stands. Yeah,
you
it's
just
cool.
duke it out. That's all. You just whoever becomes the king of Tokyo, really. Like it's pretty straightforward. It's a very visual-based game, so it's really quick to learn. And yeah, I mean, it's really fun once you figure out what all of the dice mean. It's very fast. It can be a really fast game. It could be a long game. Like it really depends.
Depending on the dice rolls and stuff, you could be in for an excellent battle or not. So yeah, that's all the games. I didn't get any video games or anything. I had a hard time. We're looking for more TurboGrafx stuff. We went to Unplugged Expo, and in the shops I asked for there, the guys looked at me like I was crazy. But that's okay. I don't mind. I got a good slew of them last month, so
yeah,
I'm still playing a couple of them.
You'll get more soon. Cool, awesome. That was really great, Brad. So next up, I'm going to be covering a few really random stuff. I have a few games here, and I have a TV show. So I was at a really cool bookstore here in the city with my mom called B&B Books. They just have a lot of really awesome like out-of-print books or really low-print books or just DVDs, anime, and I randomly found Darkwing Duck for $6.99, so it was kind of a must-buy for me because it was a big part of my childhood. It was actually really interesting rewatching it the other day with Brad. You didn't much care for it, actually.
Yeah, I find this generation, like this kind of animation from the early 90s, doesn't live up to it. You can tell they cut a lot of corners, and especially in like the first couple episodes, there's some absolutely atrocious mistakes in it as well. And I mean, I like the guy who does Darkwing Duck's voice. The woman who does Edna Krabappel did a voice in part of it as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's dead now. It's unfortunate, but that's what people do. Yeah, it was still cool. I really like Launchpad still, and I like the little girl. I forget her name, Goslin. That's it. I just remembered. And it's still like a good format, and like you know, there's stuff in there that you'd never see in cartoons now, just because, you know, post 9/11 world or whatever it is.
I know,
you know?
right?
Definitely. But
it's just not very kid friendly in today's perspective. But at the same time, there's a lot of shows that are still like that, but more on the bizarre fantasy side. I've noticed shows that are like so unlike anything. They don't even.
But they're primetime and they're on.
That's true.
Channels like FX or you know.
Yeah, well, they tend to just be on cable channels. But the thing with this show is like I mean, just like with any cartoon, like when you are a kid watching a cartoon, you have like such a different perspective, and I must have had ADD or something, because I was just like, oh my god, look at that, oh, he's so cool. But then you're listening to the dialogue and you're like, I don't know if I would just get so excited over something like that. I felt like the little girl actually in the show, Goslin, just because she's kind of like that. She has the mentality of a child, and that's exactly the kind of mentality I had watching it, but not so much anymore. So that was really cool though, and I'm really glad I actually have it in the collection. The next two are video games, and I ended up getting this one at Game Mania, which is a pretty cool place, pretty cool video game store over by where we live. So I got Arc Rise Fantasia. I have not touched it yet. It's actually still sealed right now. It's pretty hard to find. It's pretty expensive. So I'm kind of like, I'm not usually the type to do that, but I actually just want to keep it sealed because we have such a backlog of games that there's a point where it's like, you know what, how about I just do that and we'll see. There's certain games I don't have time to play just yet. So this is definitely really cool, and I think that the art looks very much like the art from Eureka 7, if you know this anime. It's yeah, it's really cool. Really beautiful artwork. Here's a hella hard game. My friend Phil actually said that, and I looked into it more, and it's just got a really, really high spike in difficulty. But it looks like an action RPG. I think that's what it is. Like I said, I haven't played it, but I'm really happy to have it in my collection. And then the last one I've got here is Breath of Fire 4 on the PlayStation 1, which I just really wanted to grab because I don't have any Breath of Fire games, and I've heard really great things about this one, and the art direction. Yeah, but that's a download.
I have it on Virtual Console.
Yeah. I just really, really like the artwork in this one. I think it's really beautiful. In a way, it kind of reminds me of the artwork in Final Fantasy Tactics. It has a really soft look to it. Yet still stylized in its own way, and I really like that, and I really like old school JRPGs, so it was kind of a must when I saw it there. It was at Game Mania once again, and yeah, so happy I finally got it in my collection. So next up we're going to be covering the mangas we grabbed for this month, so it's a big list. It's a pretty big list here. So
no, it's just the one thing that makes it big.
I guess so. It's just like one series that I've just been going like cuckoo over. But of course I got the next Attack on Titan. I actually don't want to show you the cover just because the thing with Attack on Titan, which I quickly realized, and like looking on Kodansha's website at the upcoming issues, is that
covers are spoilers.
Covers are big spoilers. So I'm not going to do this to you. So I'm going to show you the back of it. Woo! Yeah! But it's yeah, it's once again a really great one. It actually surpasses season 1 by a little bit. Really cool, really awesome. And yeah, once again a great issue in the series. Super sketchy look to it. Some people apparently when we were at Unplugged didn't think that the art
really bad art.
The art is really bad, but I just think it's very different. It's just very different artwork. It's kind of like with One Piece. One Piece has a very different art style. Dragon Ball Z had a very different art style. You know, Attack on Titan has a different art style, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just it's different.
I think the bulk of the art style is really cool. It's just whenever there's high action scenes, it gets really sketchy and it's really hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah, that's why the anime is really cool, is because they cover action so well, because the top quality animation thing they use.
Speaking of Attack on Titan, playing that Unity and browser game a bunch, which is super addictive and ridiculously hard.
Yeah, it looks really crazy.
Throw a link up for it.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'll put it in the description section for this video if you do want to check out the game. Cool. So aside from that, I kind of went crazy over this other anime. I ended up watching on Crunchyroll, and I followed the manga alongside, but it was Blue Exorcist. I don't have volumes 1 and 2 here, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So far I haven't really been able to get the next few. I think that it's up to 10 right now.
I like how you just said, I don't have 1 and 2 here, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here.
Oh, sorry. 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm letting a friend borrow 1 and 2 right now. So yeah, it's a really great series, and it's actually really cool because it's one of those series where it's actually really different from the anime. Like, the anime only goes up to 26 episodes, and I believe there's a movie, which I haven't checked out yet. And then there's the manga, but the manga is going in a different route. It's actually still ongoing. Issue number 11 is coming out in January or February. Like, they're really spaced out, unfortunately, which is really depressing. But I'm taking my time, alternating between the two, and I really love it. I really love it. In a way, Blue Exorcist moves much faster in progression in terms of plot, but when it comes to character development, it's actually much slower, and it lingers, and it's more natural progression, whereas the show kind of had to speed certain things up, yet it took its time in plot at the same time. So I found that kind of interesting, and I like it. I like the animation in the anime, and I like the artwork. I think it's beautiful artwork. And I also have a thing for when mangakas insert themselves into their mangas. I used to read a lot more like shoujo mangas where they love doing that. They just absolutely loved inserting themselves and just kind of being really comical, and I felt like this one did that, and it kind of set me back in like this really nice time in my life, right? So I got these here, and then I went all out with a anime art book as well. It's just like a little encyclopedia. It's just like an import, so it's all in Japanese, but it goes like by just by the different episodes, and then there's character design, and then there's pamphlets that fall out if you flip through them too quickly. But yeah, it's really cool, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. I gotta work on my Japanese. I know a bit, but it's been so long, so it's just really cool. There's like interviews here with the cast and everything too, so it's definitely really cool, and I'm glad to add it to my collection.
So I'm not a big fan of Blue Exorcist, but you know, what can you do? Instead, I picked up number 5 of Knights of Cydonia. That came out partway through the month. Absolutely loving this. It's really cool. I love sci-fi stuff and anything with giant robots fighting aliens or something like that.
Yeah, he gets so really twisted, like
Mihei's
work already is.
It's so bizarre and really cool. It's definitely worth a read. I want to explain it, but I'd give away a bunch of it in the process. Just go check it out. It's so cool. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then I got Fist of the North Star Master Edition. This is really cool. I love 80s post-apocalyptic kind of stuff, like Akira and all that. It's absolutely amazing. What's really cool about this one is it's full color, and it's super, super violent. There's some really, really good scenes in there, which I'll try not to flip through because I'm pretty... Oh yeah, nice full cover, full page kind of stuff. Really cool. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's the 3rd volume. It was released a little while ago. I gotta try and find the other ones. Regardless, it's still a really cool piece. It's just something cool to look at. I'm sure everybody should be familiar with the story of Fist of the North Star by now. It's on Crunchyroll too.
Yeah.
So
the new series.
Definitely check. Well, no, the old one too.
Movies.
The old one.
Movies?
No, like the whole series, 176 episodes or whatever it is.
Okay, go on Crunchyroll for that then.
But it's definitely really cool. Really kind of heavy metal-ish in a way and stuff like that, which I absolutely love.
I'm glad I found this. Yeah. At a really cool comic book shop over by where we live, called West End Comics. Yeah. Really great stuff there. Cool, yeah. Love at first sight, huh? Yeah, totally. So lastly, we're going to be covering comics that we grabbed for this month. I'm going to be cheating a little bit because we actually ended up getting this one a couple days ago, or these few a couple days ago, but they were released in October, so I figured why not. This one I actually did get in October was Saga Chapter 14, and then got Saga Chapter 15, which is really great. Such an amazing series. I actually have yet to read 15. Just got it yesterday, but it's so cool. It's such a cool series, and it's more of a drama than anything. Like, don't expect like action so much, but it's Brian K. Vaughan. He's just really good at writing his characters, and he's really good at dialogue. And he has some really cool little letters to the editor section in the back that I just love. I think that's so cool. I always like little supplements like that, where it tells you a bit more more on, like, I don't know, like, people are super passionate about this series, and it's really gripping, like, right away. So it's, whoa, I just spoiled something for myself. All right, that's great. But it's a great series, so please check it out. Liked it so much, we ended up getting Saga Volume 2 of the trade paperback. That covers issues 7 through 12. I already have the issues, but it's really nice compiling these, and I know you don't like issues.
I prefer reading graphic novels just because I know what comic books can be valued at now, and you'll find that out in a second. But I also don't like getting like a single issue of a comic book I can read in 5 minutes, and that's just not worth it for me, I find. So I'd rather wait until these come out. And I mean, $10 for what, 6 issues or whatever. I like the format. I like the feel. I like to sit down and have at least an hour and like actually, you know.
Yeah, it's nice though. It's nice every month like having this, because you would have had to wait all summer for this.
That's fine, and I did.
See, I can't do that. No. I'm patient, but I'm not patient, depending on context. But I'm really happy to have this, and it has some really cool sketches in the back as well, and it's just really awesome series, so it's worth having both of, in my opinion. And then lastly, ended up getting the Sandman Overture, which is something I've been waiting for a while, ever since I heard of it.
On the back, that's crazy.
Oh, that's, you know, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers?
I show the ad.
It's Dracula.
That's pretty funny.
It's funny how all these classic, almost romantic type, like, horror figures are coming back. Like, it's not just like it's, oh, what's that called?
Twilight?
Twilight, yeah. I don't know anything about Twilight except for the fact that there's this crazy fan base.
You could see that was all started, though, in the 90s with Interview with the Vampire and, like, that very romanticized vampire kind of thing, which
I wonder if they'll ever have
is bad and good at the same time. I prefer my vampires in the form of like Vampire Hunter D, where it's completely over the top violent and ridiculous.
Yeah, okay, but let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Actually, this is much more important than that. Thanks, Brad, for not caring. Is the Sandman Overture. This is a collaboration by Neil Gaiman and J.H. Williams. I always think it's the second. It's the third. He was really cool. His the first series that I was immersed in by him was The Seven Soldiers of Victory by Grant Morrison. He's an amazing artist, and it's super immersive.
It looks really
cool. Super immersive, and it feels just like Sandman. It's actually it's the origin story to Morpheus, which I think is really cool. I think that that's something that obviously a lot of people have been wanting to know, and it's been kept under wraps for 25 years now. So it's about time. This is a mini series. I believe it's going to be 6 issues. And it's just beautiful artwork, and it even has like this really cool fold out here. I gotta show you. It's so awesome. It's just like, oh, I just want to put this on my wall, but I don't. I want to like preserve it, right? So I hear that there's another.
We could always go buy a few more copies.
Well, there's a variant as well, so I wouldn't mind like maybe buying a couple more. But it's a glossy cover. It's very experimental panels. It's very just experimental art styles, and it's very cool. And it reunites you with characters that you knew and loved or didn't love so much in Sandman, but just like very iconic stuff. So it's really great if you are a fan of Sandman, if you're a fan of Neil Gaiman. I think that you could start here and then read Sandman. But this is definitely for the fans, in my opinion. Definitely for the fans. Cool.
All right.
Next up.
That's the last piece.
Yeah.
This is something I saw a little while ago and wanted to pick up something like this for a long time because it's something I'm just kind of learning about right now. Batman. It's huge right now. You're a Batman fan. Everybody likes Batman. I like Batman. I remember watching like the '89 movie and stuff like that. But if you saw the most recent movie, you were introduced to Bane. Or if you played the games, you've seen Bane a bunch of times now. But this is probably one of the coolest parts about Bane.
The breaking of the Batman.
The breaking of the Batman, yeah.
When he broke Batman's back.
But as you can see, this is CGC rated 9.8. That means that the comic in here has not even been read.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's really cool.
So this wasn't like just a purchase. This was an investment. Yeah, so you get that.
You're like, whoa, let's point it towards the window.
Yeah, all glared and stuff like that. Well, here, we'll do this. There we go. It's really cool.
Hey.
The only problem is I gotta figure out how to open it and read it.
So cool.
No, I wouldn't open it. That would ruin it.
No, I don't want to open this. But look at this, guys. This is so cool. It's gorgeous. Yeah. So everything that you saw just now, we got at West End Comics. And yeah, just really cool place. And I mean, this is just really amazing. When you brought this home the other day, I was like, oh my god, I was on the phone with my mom, and I'm just like, oh, I want to talk to you, but I want to talk to my mom.
He had some other rated
Cool.
stuff there, all 9.8s as well.
Yeah.
Spider-Woman #1.
Detective Comics number 426.
Yeah, with a really cool Joker cover.
I think it was 426.
That one was like
Sorry
the most
if I
expensive
missed
one.
that.
That one was worth 5 times what this one was worth.
Yeah.
The other one that I would have really liked to have was Death in the Family. He had one of those there, another 9.8 as well. But
yeah, it's just like it's in pristine condition. Honestly, like the binding here has not even been broken. It's
never been opened. This has never been read. So.
And it never will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Yeah, this is a really amazing find, Brad.
I like the seal up here too. You can see sealed.
Ooh, cool. Okay, so awesome. I really hope that you you enjoyed this month's pickups, and I hope you tune in again next month. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in again soon for another video and another little cameo with Bradley here.
Yay!
Yeah, woo!
Because I'm awesome.
Yeah, and it's really nice having you here as well.
Thank you for having me. Because videos be fun.
It's really fun. I love doing these videos, and I want to kind of change them up a bit every now and again. So yeah, tune in again soon, and I'll see you later. Peace.